What is up, guys? It's Mr. Deity, and we're going to go ahead and get into day 2, or part 2. These are going to be broken up into parts after day 1. That first part is a very, very long video. These ones will be much faster. I'll try to make them each about 30 minutes long. It's still a long video, I know, but let's go ahead and get into it. The first thing I want to show you guys is your daily routine for Epic 7. So this is your free-to-play player, how to get the most out of your days every single day, or at least the bare minimum, and keep progressing. So during this event, you're always going to go in and make sure you are doing your epic dash pass, as well as grabbing your stamina, and you're going to be wanting to grab all of your daily missions. So once you finish your weekly missions, go in and grab your daily mission, and you're going to have to do this every single day. If you miss some days of this, we do have 6 weeks and there's still 52 days left, so you'll be fine. But you want to try to keep up with this every single day because you want to get those rewards and not have to spend any sky stones to get any of the rewards. Okay, that is our overall #1 goal. Next up, obviously do your summons. I'm going to rip all the summons after we go through the daily routine, and we'll get into the actual part of the guide video. Next up, do your 10 goblins. Anything past 10 goblins is not efficient. Guys, spending 20 stamina for a single upgrade charm, not worth it. The right side upgrade charms are actually pretty valuable, but this isn't really worth doing past the 10 because the chance of a gear drop is like, it might be 20%, 1 in 5. From my testing of it, it looks like it's around 20%, but that is going to be the first thing that you want to always do. Second up, I do have the rank up pack. Make sure you can go into the shop and claim all this. I'm going to go ahead and click claim all this stuff. It goes to my mailbox, and then exit out of it. If you want to buy the rank up pack, it is one of the better value packs in the game. They always are. But if you're curious how to get that rank up pack material, go into here. This isn't part of the daily, but since it popped up, we'll talk about it. Second, go to your shop. Once you go to your shop, you're going to have the option to buy, or this is free. You grab this every day, 150,000 gold, and then you're going to have 40 stamina. Now, go down to your friendship. You can buy stamina from this. This is another 40 stamina. Buy it every day. Next, go to your conquest points. And your conquest points, buy your stamina every day, as well as buying this Molagora. So that's 200 free stamina every single day that you can grab. Make sure to do it every day. It'll add up a lot. Next up, I want you guys to burn at least one of your Labyrinth tokens. Again, I always want you guys to be below 5 Labyrinth tokens because you get one of these every single day. Try to always be at 4 out of 5 or less. That is the goal. Now, also with Labyrinth, one quick thing you want to do is go into Labyrinth Area 1, take whatever team, doesn't matter, and then cancel your auto, teleport up to the right-hand corner, and go down, and you might have a fight here, you might not. If you don't have a fight here, it means you'll never have a fight here. You're lucky. But if you do have a fight here, it'll be a little bit faster for you every day, but you saw it only took a second. Now, this is the merchant. This merchant will sell you charms every day and has a chance to sell catalysts and bookmarks. Go in and buy any charm, any bookmark, any catalyst every single day. If you get a red right side charm, that is massive. Okay, now that this is done though, the way you exit the lab once you buy this so it doesn't spend your currency is you right click at the top and yield. Even though we yield it out, it still takes what we bought from the shop. Okay, that's one of the important things to do each day. Next up, we're going to go into adventure. These are optional things, but if you keep up with them, you'll be very happy. So in the first area, Britannia of adventure, you click Britannia. Now click area 3. Go down to 3-4. Enter 3-4. It's the same concept as the other shops. So there are 2 shops in the day that refresh their stock daily at daily reset. Okay, you cannot go in multiple times or go in through different lab stages to get them. This is called a Vagrant Merchant. This is the same idea, but this guy only sells charm. That's a red charm. It does look expensive, but guys, charms are so annoying in this game as a new player. The more you get, the better off you are. So go ahead and buy that every day. And again, same concept, yield out. Now we have all those charms and we have gotten everything. The next thing I want you guys to do is go ahead and obviously look at your daily reputation. Daily reputation, make sure you finish it every day. Okay. One of the fastest ways to do it is by using your quick battles, and then just do your covenant summon, do your quick battles, and then level 1 piece of gear 1 time. And I believe you're already done as long as you grab the spirit blooms and all of this. So make sure you do your daily reputation every day. That's going to end up being 50 sky stones and a single bookmark, but 50 sky stones a day over the course of 30 days is 1,500 sky stones. That's a lot of sky stones for doing your dailies every month. Next up, make sure to grab a Heart of Orbis, grab all your free ones from here, and Molagoras. Again, 1 Molagora has a value of 500 sky stones. That's how valuable these things are. So you want to spend them smartly. But you have your Molagora farm here, and every day you click into it, it'll speed up the process of growing it. So make sure you do that each day. Now, from here, the next thing is going to be this is another optional thing, but you have the ability to watch ads. So if you click on event over here at the left-hand middle part of your screen and scroll all the way down, you have the ability to watch ads every day. You get 20 stamina per ad. This is another 100 stamina per day. So with all the free stamina I just showed you that you can get, that is going to be, I think, already over 300 stamina, or even more. I'm not sure, maybe less. It's around 300 stamina already. But once you have finished all that, finished your dailies, grabbed all that energy, next you need to go up into the event and click ongoing events. As a new player, you want to make sure you're grabbing all your challenges for each day, and then you're going to want to come down here and go to collect your points. Once you're here, collect all your points, and different weeks will have different side missions like this. So this one's only available for 6 more days. You want to make sure you go in there and spend them. Again, any of you that are getting into the game, usually you're always going to value charms more than anything else. Also, you can rate the event once per event, and then you get 60 more stamina. But this is an additional 200 stamina, as well as a bunch of rewards, and this is consistent across all events. They're not always the same as this. Sometimes it's a wheel you spin. You get a different one for every single one of these points that you get. You'll get a different item. It's random. But with this event, everybody gets the same things. So always right side charms first, most value you could get. Next up, again, go through all of this and claim any of your challenges that you've been working on. But the main thing for daily routine is going to be your collect points. And that is the main part of the daily routine. Let me see if I can think of anything else that I want you guys to knock out, but that is like the bare minimum. Go in and do. Your account will get a ton out of doing this every day. And as you saw, that just took me almost no time at all. If you did go and clear your reputations, that'll maybe take you an additional 5 minutes if you use quick battling. So your dailies in E7 can take less than 10 minutes. Obviously, there's more things to do. You have your arena flags. Go and spin them each day. That is important. That'll add some time to it. But if you don't spin your arena flags, once you get your account more stabilized, you can skip out on your arena flags on some days. And if you only have 10 minutes to play the game, you can at least knock all this out and just let the stamina sit until you can go farm it. So that is the main thing. If anything else comes up, I will come back and show any more daily stuff I can think of, and then we'll get rocking with part 2 of the guide. Okay, the last daily thing that I could think of that I want you to do is obviously your guild, but I wanted to take the guild as part of our getting into this part of the guide. So obviously, go into your guild every day, check in. I need to go ahead and accept more people to this guild. A lot of these people probably already have guilds, but I'll just take the first people it'll accept, and we'll make sure this guild stays full. Anyone who doesn't log in for 3 days will get kicked. Always request Wyvern Claws, okay? And you want to make sure you're requesting all the Wyvern Claws you possibly can and giving them out, because you want to get your mission progress toward Tamarinne, okay? Even if you can't see Tamarinne's missions yet, the free Soul Weaver that we're going to be getting, best PvE Soul Weaver in the game, you're going to go ahead and make sure you're coming in here and doing it, because it will be retroactive and count for any aid that you've given to anyone else. So always go in, request Wyvern Claws of any rarity, okay? Eventually, you want to do the highest rarity, but at the beginning, the more people that do greens, it's actually better because more people can donate, meaning more people get Tamarinne faster. So the more I should have did that, obviously you saw me, my brain went to that. But if anybody requests the lowest rarity ones, it's actually fantastic because more people can donate. And the reason we do claws is because it's the most efficient, best way to get your guild established and upgraded, and no one is losing any resources upon doing so. Now, you'll go in, you'll have your weekly missions and all this, and one of the main things is donate your gold. It's 50,000 gold, but as long as you have your gold buffs going, hopefully you have captains that keep up the gold buffs. I do need to promote a few vice captains, but keep your buffs going all the time. If you're the guild leader or a vice captain, make sure they're just always up. As long as you have an active guild and are kicking people every 3 days, you're good. Again, if you guys do not have a guild, I have one of the best Discord servers for it. I think I do have the second biggest Discord for E7 outside the official one. We have hundreds and hundreds of guilds in there that are constantly cycling out, and existing already well-established guilds needing new players. So, and a lot of them are just focused on helping new players get into the game. The Discord is a great tool. A link to that's going to be in the description, and I will pin it to the comment section this time as well. But go in, request your aid, donate your gold. When you have proof of courage, just do that. There will be more daily stuff as you get your account leveled up, but this is the bare daily stuff to learn now and get into a habit and routine of doing every day. Next up, there's going to be Guild Wars. So with Guild Wars, you're going to want to do your Guild War, even if you have no idea what you're doing at the beginning. I will go over Guild Wars whenever the next Guild War is happening. I can't show this. I do have a clip, or I did do Guild Wars on the Stream Guide account that I can go ahead and cut into maybe one of these videos soon, maybe tomorrow's video. But you want to do it even if you just instantly lose a fight. It doesn't matter. You will at least get more rewards for doing so. And then eventually you'll learn how to properly do Guild Wars. And that is a big time commitment though, but it's on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. So let's get into the next episode of the guide. The first thing I want you to do is, if hopefully you're going to be on day 2, you're going to come in, you're going to rip all your free summons and pray you get something good. So let's see if we get anything good here. We did not. Oh, we did get Crozet, so we could use him for Wyvern Front Tank, which I believe this account already had. But he could be our Wyvern Front Tank with the original Grace of Growth, which we'll go over later in the guide, probably on part 3 or 4. And our second batch is no 5 stars yet. And our third batch is also no 5 stars. Okay. The main character you are looking for in all this, if you get any Moonlight 5s, that's cool. If you get any Red, Green, Blue 5s, that's cool. You can look at tier lists. I do have a tier list up as to whether those characters would be good. And from there, some of the best characters right now, if you pulled a Celine, Janua, Wukong, Knockwall, if you pulled a Brieg, any of those characters that I just mentioned, but any ML5 you get, most like, there's a high chance they're going to be good. And let's go ahead, speaking of Moonlight 5s, let's go pull one real quick. Okay, and let's go into the premium summon. We got Arrowell. You do want Arrowell, so you want a better 3 stars for you to get. And we got another copy of him. We got another copy. Okay, it's a first Batiste. They're all 3 stars we don't care about. No 4-star, and no 4-star. Darn. Okay, nothing that we got out of that we're really going to use. New players, Arrowell is nice because if you don't have another tank option. But make sure you go ahead and do all of these missions for the day. You want to make sure you do every single one every day, so to keep up with the guide. The only thing that you really have to pay attention to is using penguins. Every time I go in, I burn whatever, and then the first thing I go and check penguins and go down. And for our penguins, it doesn't really matter who you use them on. My story team's already all maxed out, so I do have Janua on this account. I know I'm going to use them, so I'm going to go ahead and just click 3 little penguins on him to level him up a little. So it doesn't hurt to use 3 penguins on a random character if your main team's already leveled. But that finishes that up. And also using penguins gives you daily reputation. You can go ahead with that and claim daily to finish your daily reputation. And let me go back into the dash pass and let's grab our final one. And this is going to give us, I believe that's a 5-star. Is that a 5-star hero ticket? Oh, it's 5-star artifact ticket and 4 to 5-star artifact ticket. Okay, so once you grab those, you can come up here and claim them. Spirit Purification, and then the 5. Okay, well, I got 2 5-stars. The 4 to 5-star ticket give me one. Neither of these artifacts are great. Any 5-star artifact, just immediately lock them. You'll learn whether they're good or not later on. We'll be talking about that once we start getting into the RTA portion or past chapter 4 as to what kind of artifacts you would use on what characters. We will talk about it some before then, but for right now, that is the main thing to be watching for. Now, the first thing I want you guys to be doing, if you finished up all of episode 1, we stopped at the point where you're going to be getting your Hunt Expert Challenge fully leveled up. And then our first goal is going to be to get this HP gear right here, okay? That is our first goal, meaning you need to farm 800 AP points. Again, to do that, we are going to be going into Unrecorded History, and we are going to be farming Stage 5 at the beginning. That's as far as I pushed, and I will want you guys to go in, farm Stage 5, just auto this. You have your team, upgrade your Free Spirit tier gear a little bit, but just have this, as you see, on auto. The reason we do 5 at first is because it's faster. It will allow you to progress further, and there's a chance for Epic Catalyst drop. After you farm for a little bit with that, we're going to be making our first 6-star. Once you get your first 800 AP from that, we're going to be making our first 6-star with the Stigma that we are gathering, and then we will be going in and pushing up further, and then our goal is to start farming stage 30 of that. And there will be many more goals along the way. But one thing is, if you have not leveled up your tier gear, this will make this farming process faster. I will tell you right now, upgrade the sword. That'll give you the most damage. Upgrade the boots to plus 15. Upgrade the ring to plus 15. And then this 12, 12, and 12 is what I have it. You can fully upgrade this gear if you want. I don't think I have enough charms to... Oh, I do. All right, so we'll go ahead and upgrade this to plus 15. This will just give us more damage to farm faster. 1 to HP, not what we wanted. And then this... We can upgrade all of this plus 15. This gear is really good. I'm out of gold. I will show you guys how to get gold. Don't worry. That would be kind of a normal thing. You'll be out of gold maybe at the beginning of the game for a little bit, but in about 2 days, we'll probably be looking at 15 to 20 million gold if you play along to everything that I'm doing within the guide, depending on how many hours you put in. Okay, I'm going to stop right here. Go make sure you have 800 AP. Let me show you AP again, how it works. I'll just let this finish real quick. Hopefully this one-shots it. Now that the upgraded gear won't come in until next run. Okay, it's done. As you finish the stage, you'll see over here at the right, and I'm also going to move my face cam just to go over this. So you see we got 237 stigma, and down here we have the stigma boost, and we got 16 AP for it. So we're at 300 AP. You want to get up to 800 AP, and that little stigma bar that was down under where my face cam was, that is going to be what's giving you more stigma. That is called this like Sigma XP overflow bar, and that bar, the more you fill it up, the more bonus stigma you get. So when all your characters are max leveled, that bar fills up faster, giving you more stigma. So the more experience gain you have, the more stigma you get. I will show you guys how to maximize your farming later. There is a thing you could buy to give you 50% more XP. It's going to boost your stigma gain tremendously, but it's for a period of time. We also have a free ticket for that, but I'm trying not to have us spend that currently. I would like to wait until we get until we are farming Unrecorded History Stage 30, so that we get more value out of that, and that will be in today's video toward the end. So go ahead, farm to 800, and meet me back here in just a second. Okay, now that you guys have 800 AP, I'm going to show you what to do next, and we're going to start grinding away, and I'm going to give you a bunch of different things you could do for a little bit of time and some checklists as to what to complete. So now that we have gotten to a point where I believe I'm over 800, okay, we have 900 AP. Now we're at 900 AP, we also have 33,000 stigma. So if you look here, through 10 battles, I was able to earn 3,000 stigma in 10 battles. So if you did 20 battles, you're setting almost 7,000 stigma, and that's without any kind of extra bonus, and that's only on stage 5. So hopefully that kind of puts into perspective how easy it is to get stigma, to grind through and upgrade all of your characters, because stigma is going to be what boosts your account overall. So if we look here, the next thing, mission on this is going to be recruit 3 heroes from connections. We paused the video yesterday at a point we were trying to get through that. If you look here now on the connections, we have gotten our Angelica unlocked because we're level 30, so I need to grow 6 small spirit blooms. And then for this, I still need 3 more missions. Once you finish these 3 missions, you can go ahead in and then clear all of Remarkable Path, all right? You're going to have to go here, and then it's going to be promote a 5-star hero to 6-star. You can do that ahead of time. It will be fine. We're actually going to do that now. The reason we were farming the AP is because you have to buy 2. Before you get to this part, make sure you've got the hunt challenge going. Again, hunt challenge, first thing, go in here, make sure it's to the point where if you go to adventure, you need to buy 2 catalysts, epic catalysts from the AP exchange. So now click AP exchange. Oops, sorry. You need to go to Unrecorded History. Sorry about that. Go to Unrecorded History and go to the Unrecorded History AP exchange. From the AP exchange within here, you're going to click. You're going to go to Epic Catalyst, and we're just going to buy 2 Fuse Nerves. These are for Spectre Tenebria, and we're all going to need them. It's just simple and easy. You guys, if you know something else you need at the time, you can get it. Doesn't really matter. Getting Catalyst at the beginning of the game is a joke anymore. It's super, super easy, which is amazing. So we'll go ahead and get this free HP set. Now, while you're in here, you can go ahead and claim anything else that you haven't claimed yet. So clicking on Adventure, see these are Catalyst boxes. These are just rare Catalysts, but our catalysts all the same, and you go ahead and claim all that. I guess we'll go ahead and claim it. Why not? This will give us some penguins. And then once we claim all this stuff, go ahead and go up and make sure you click on your Call of Adventure. You want to finish your Call of Adventure. This was supposed to be done yesterday. I'm sorry. Hopefully some of you guys did go in and claim all this, but this will give you 9 additional free summons over the course of the next few days. And then go to the Adventure for New Heirs. This is going to give you some more stigma as well. So go in and grab this. Look at Mission 2. Mission 2 is going to be Breath of Orbises. We've already got all those. Mission 3 is going to be getting these boxes, which are usually upgrade materials for Raz. After we've done all that, go to your Archie Day 7th Day Growth Guide. If you're on day 2, go ahead and claim your day 2 rewards. We need to get as many little extra resources as we possibly can. But go ahead and grab all this, and then go to event info, grab these. Now, from here, we can back out, and then you want to claim all your stuff that is in the inventory. And once you claim the summons, it's going to kick you back to the main lobby, but we will go ahead and do 10 summons, or the free 9 summons here in a second. But just keep going in. Grab all your stuff. If you're ever overcapped on energy, as you see, I have a ton of energy, and that is because this account is a couple days older. I logged in multiple days so that today I can make multiple episodes of the guide. So you'll see this episode of the guide, and hopefully I'll have the next one up within a few hours after that. I'm wanting to make 5 episodes in a row. just to get ahead. That way you guys that are starting now, you won't have to wait for me past this episode, or well, past the next episode. I'll always be slightly ahead of you. Next, this is the HP set that we just got from the hunt challenges. This is really good gear. You get 3 of these, 1 for each hunt challenge, which is amazing. It's going to go ahead, or you're going to be able to gear up your 3 support units super fast. Now, going into this, let's go ahead and put this gear on our character, and then any gear on our Destina, any gear that you have on your Destina is then going to go to Raz. Okay, so go ahead, throw this gear on. That's our Destina. We're going to need to upgrade that gear. And next up, we go down to our Raz, and we are going to go ahead and put whatever the HP gear that we just had on her is onto our Raz. Go ahead and do that real quick. And the chest, I did have this chest. If you have this chest, it's fine, but this chest rolled pretty good from Goblin gear. Next up, we'll grab this. The ring, will grab that, and then we will grab this. But you do not need to upgrade any of this gear, okay? Raz, this is just placeholder gear to keep him alive slightly longer as we're going through the content in the game. Let me go ahead and lock my Janua just so I don't forget. I did get him yesterday. I did also get Bloodblade Corinne. Again, if you guys do have extra characters you want to clean up your inventory, make sure you save 1 of each character. What I always do is I sort by name, and I go through and I feed each one into each other. You do want to do this right now before we get to the next portion. I think I have enough to where I don't need to fully do it, but go ahead in here and just keep 1 of each character and feed any of the dupes. For 4-star characters, still save 1 of each and then keep whatever dupes. And if you're curious what to feed them into, so if you have 3 green Sid and then you have assassin Sid, that's going to take some time to learn, but it's not really a big deal if you just go ahead and feed your any of the Sids into each other, and then later on, even though you have a C imprint green Sid, you can feed a C imprint green Sid into another Sid, one of the other 2 lighter dark versions of Sid, and it will give you all those imprint value into the next character. So there's no pressure on doing this part of the upgrading, keeping your inventory clean. Also, if you guys do happen to ever get your inventory filled up, you can go ahead and upgrade it by a couple slots, but it's up to you. If you want, you can go crazy, but I always just upgrade as I need something to stay as efficient as possible and not waste resources. Those sky stones could be used for something else. Now, we're to this part. The next mission is going to be to look at your Angelica. We want to go ahead and get Angelica unlocked. So our Angelica is grow 6 spirit blooms in the Forest of Souls. It doesn't say the rarity of the spirit blooms, so we are going to test this. We are going to go ahead and the Forest of Souls, and we are going to go to the growth altar. Again, make sure your growth altar, if you see here, is 313. I will do a full sanctuary update video at the end of this video, because that's one of our main things we're doing today, is getting most of our sanctuary fully upgraded. But now click your growth altar and go down to Spirit Wells. This is how you're going to get 6-star characters, okay? So you want to just click this and use all your current stigma on this. Okay? Once you use all your current stigma on this, it did work. So there we go. You can go ahead and do the big ones to complete that at the same time. Now that you have done that, you want to grab Angelica, but before that, the first 6-star character we are doing is going to be our free Spiriteria. Okay, we're going to go in and promote. We're going to combine Spirit Blooms. So you cannot combine Spirit Blooms outside this menu. If you've heard you can combine Spirit Blooms, the only way to do it is in here. And the only way to do it is by getting into this and not having enough. Then you can combine them to finish them, but you cannot combine them outside of this menu. That is one thing that a lot of people find out and are always looking for a menu to do it. Hopefully that saves you a bit of time. And then now we did get all those penguins. Let's just go ahead and boost her as far up as we can. She's almost maxed out. You do want to go in and awaken her. So we need to go and get 12 of these Eternal Force Spirit Dust. She is going to be our hard carry farming character in the game. You can just go ahead and use your boxes for this. You get a bunch of boxes at the beginning of the game. Does not matter where you get the catalyst as long as you're getting them. So let's go ahead and 5-star awaken her. And then we will want to 6-star awaken her too. The big thing with the 6-star awaken is depending on how this free gear set rolls, this gives crit chance. And as you see on our free spirits area, we are already at 100% crit chance, and we haven't got our exclusive equipment yet, which will be coming as we get into chapter 4. But it gives a little bit of extra attack. But overall, now we have a way better free Spiriteria that's going to hard carry us through everything in the game. Going up, we have our Destina. Go ahead and upgrade this gear a little bit. I'm not sure how many charms you guys will have at this point. I may have a few extra. I won't go too far on the upgrades. If anything, a safe number to do is just go plus 12 on each piece of gear. Go with plus 12, and then plus 9 on the sword is efficient. Now for the accessory charms, I'm out of gold again, so you may need to go farm gold. If any of you guys are at the point where you are out of gold, as I am for some reason, I don't know why this account's out of gold. Maybe I didn't claim something at some point. But if you're ever out of gold, it is the same idea as farming for your 6-star promotions. That the unrecorded history farming is the same for everything. Now we're going to go in, and if you click on unrecorded history, you can go farm Stigma on stage 5 if you're out of gold and need to upgrade a little bit more. And I can't even upgrade the shop right now. The shop also, this is where you spend your sky stones. I'm not sure if I went over this in the last video or not, but your way of spending sky stones is refreshing the shop 3 at a time, and you can get mystic medals and covenant bookmarks. They do cost gold, but you get more value out of it. If you were to spend your sky stones straight for summons, it's not very efficient. Okay, that is where you spend your sky stones to get your summons. It is annoying, but it's if you don't do it, you're not going to be getting Moonlight 5 characters. So you just go in there and keep refreshing. Anytime bookmark pops up, you go ahead and buy it. Now, make sure with the Epic Pass, again, with the Epic Pass, we only bought the 900 cost version. And just as you're going through, you'll finish these missions passively, claim them each time you do it. We'll utilize those resources later. The main part I was talking about, though, you can go back, farm unrecorded history, farm up some Stigma, turn those Stigma into penguins the same way we just use the Stigma to make the Spirit Blooms, and then go to Enhancement Ingredient. And then if you have penguins, you can click Arrange, and you can sell those penguins from this menu. Okay, I'm going to have to go do that for a while. Now, if you're able to upgrade Destina's gear a little bit, you're going to be good to go and start pushing further into the story. And with this, well, you're going to be pushing further in unrecorded history first. So go into unrecorded history. You're going to claim all this stuff for free, and then go into adventure and just start pushing as far as you can. As you're pushing this, you're going to want to keep upgrading the gear that you have on your characters, or it's mainly just the gear that you have on your Spectre Cerebro from this point and your Destina. Okay, go through this, start pushing as far as you can. Again, once you beat stage 8, you're going to get stuck for a second, maybe, and then stage 9 is down here. Okay, for some reason, it does not take you directly to the stage from what I can find. I got stuck on it the other day. You need to scroll all the way down here and do 9, but go ahead right now and push as far as you can with all the changes we just did with this team, and get, you might be able to fully clear it. I will see if this team currently will fully clear it without any issues, and we'll meet back here once you either get stuck or fully clear it, and see where I'm at compared to you. But I'll meet you guys back here in a second. Farming through all of unrecorded history. Let's go ahead and go back in and grab all of the unrecorded history bonuses that we got. You should have been able to auto as long as your team looked like mine before we went into it. You should be fine. Now grab all this stuff. You're going to be getting 10 Breath of Orbises. You're going to be getting some extra gold transmit stones to allow you to do some more summons. So we are going to go do a little summon section, but also make sure you go in once you're done with this and grab this. Okay, grab the 8 molas, 1,000,000 gold, and 800 sky stones. And this will also allow you to skill enhancement your Spectre Tenebria. And now that you are to this point, you've seen how easy this is with the characters we geared up. You can go ahead and farm stage 30 unrecorded history to farm for Stigma. So if you want to get grinding, you just set this, hit auto. Normally you turn your skills off, and it will speed farm with your Tyria. Now we can go ahead and minimize out of that. And the next thing I want us to do is go into our Sanctuary. We're going to be spending more of our Breath of Orbises. I will, once we obtain all the Breath of Orbises, I will show you what your in one should look like. But for right now, again, make sure that this is level, I'm in my face cam, make sure this one is level 313. Next up, your High Command 111. All you need. Next up, Steel Workshop, you're maxing out, okay? The third priority is your Steel Workshop maxed out. If you want to, you can spend in a different order, but the normal order is counterclockwise, starting from your Penguin Growth Sanctuary Altar, whatever that thing is called. So let's boost this all the way up. Next up, we're going to go ahead, and we have 8 left still, as you can see. I think we get 5 more after this, but go to Improved Building, get your Alchemist Steeple upgraded in, or to where you can actually upgrade it. Then the first one, put in the middle, obviously. And then you're going to boost this up to level 3, because this allows you to have full access to this. And then we still have 6 left. We're going to put 3 in the right side. This makes it to where everything you put into your altar or your Alchemist Steeple is going to give you more rewards and cost less to do. Boost that up, and now you have 3 left. The final 3 that I always do with this is I go in and we upgrade Sanctuary. I boost the left side one by 1 so that it can hold more. That way when you go to bed and don't play for a little bit, it can hold a couple more. We will upgrade this even with the next 5. This is where most of them are going to go into. But the most important one is the middle one. This makes your hourly Skystone gain way higher. Right here, you can see we earn almost a Skystone, 3/4 of a Skystone every hour. Eventually, once we do farm through Chapter 2, that's where we're going to be getting the last Breath of Orbises. This gives you a 5% chance to earn up to 200x, which is triple, or well, yeah, you'll get triple. If you preview it, you end up having a 50-50 chance to get triple your Skystones. This ends up being a lot of Skystones over a month. Now, we'll go ahead and back out of here, and let's go do a few summons, and I will show you what to work on next. Okay, we got this. We have 9 free summons. This came from claiming the... Ooh, we got 5-star. This came from claiming the missions for beating Chapter 10-10, or Chapter 1, Stage 10-10. You may have already claimed this. You may have already done these summons, but that's where these summons are coming from. And we'll take a Rowana. Okay. A lot of people like Rowana. A lot of content creators are putting them higher on their tier list. So if you're following any of those, and we got Adamant Shield, that is a good night artifacts, we will take that. From here, we have enough to do 2 Moonlight summons as well. So we'll go ahead and rip 2 Moonlight summons and hopefully get a Moonlight 5-star character. Always spend your gold transmit stones. I know I've already mentioned it, but again, anytime you get gold transmit stones, be spending them on Moonlight bookmarks. If you have any of the characters that you can use gold transmit stones to buy imprints for them, I do not suggest doing that too early, because 1 imprint is nowhere near the same value as getting more 4 and 5-star ML characters on your account. Eventually, you will min-max those characters, but at the beginning, try to widen your roster as much as you can. Yes, most of the time you will not get anything, but occasionally... It's 3-star. Occasionally, you can get lucky and get multiple 5-stars in one little summon session. That is not going to happen today, it looks like. Dang, another 3-star. Spark? It did not. So whenever it looks like a 3-star, it does have the ability to start shining, and you could get a 5-star. Sometimes it will bait you. It's always somewhat exciting. Now, in terms of the Mystic banner that is currently on rotation, the only character I would suggest summoning on out of this would be Lionheart Sirmia, but we are likely getting a super strong character in the next 3 weeks. The way Epic 7 works is every 6 weeks, a new Moonlight character, 5-star, is introduced to the game, and this year has been the craziest power creep year of E7, which is good for new players, meaning that every character you summon on is probably going to be strong if they're a new character. I love that I love the way Epic 7 does that. Now, you can summon a Lionheart Sirmia. She is getting a buff. She is nice for early game players getting into RTA because people don't know how to play the game yet, but she falls off hard as you get further, and I don't think she'll be that useful at the highest tier. I'll go ahead and do a summon. We didn't get it. Oh, well. Now, if you look here, you have the chance to get the 4-star Moonlight character, and you also have the chance to get these characters in the pool, and you can click this button here and look at next week's. The next week's is worse than this week's, actually. This artifact is okay, but it's nowhere near as good as this artifact. Sigurd Scythe is one that a lot of you will probably get from at least one of your artifact selectors. This week also has Aureus, which is nice. But that's it. That is going to be the summoning section. That's all we got. Oh, never mind. Any of you guys that did open a side story banner that are following alongside me, okay? Story summon. If you unlock Story Summon banner, you can go ahead and keep spending your bookmarks on this. Your goal is to get this character before the time period runs out from when you opened it. You don't have to be summoning on a character, but if you did from day 1, open up your banner. Always use all your covenants until you get the character. Once you get the character, just stop. Never keep summoning for the artifact. That is true for all banners. Okay, so you can go ahead and keep ripping this. I'll wait till I get a little bit more stacked up before we go in and do any more summons. That is the rule of summoning on all banners until you get in-game and understand more what you're doing, and maybe there's an artifact you want a bunch of. Normally, you do that on limited banners, but for right now, once you get a serious stop, you don't get an artifact, it is what it is. If you do get multiple of our artifacts, just keep summoning for a Saria. The reason we're summoning is to try to get some of the 3-star characters that we need for clearing content. Now, what I want you to do from here is go ahead and go into battle, and I'm just going to have you clear up to stage 30 of Abyss while I plan out the next few portions of the guide. Okay, go in, slam this, and just slam auto. This team will beat up to 30 super easily, but I will meet you back once you have reached stage 30 of Abyss. You have cleared Abyss stage 30. We're going to do a couple of things real quick. First is, hopefully you are to the point where you have gotten Lorena. If you haven't gotten Lorena's fully dispatched missions, it's fine. Maybe wait a little bit and get this. I'm also going to show you a way that if you haven't got very far on Lorena's missions, then I will show you how to get Furious. Furious will be, we could get him in the next probably about 2 hours of playing. So depending on where you're at in there, I'll give you another option that you can do. Now, once we grab these two, it'll finish this mission. We can go ahead and grab all of the rest of this. So we've already made our first 6-star. But go to Remarkable Adventure. We already made the first 6-star. That's Tieria. And we get 8 Epic Spirit Balloons for this. So again, make sure you're not too far over anytime you're going to be claiming Epic Spirit Balloons once you get into the habit of going into promotion and making sure claiming 8 is going to be efficient for this. Okay? If it's not, then we're going to be... If you're to this point, it's fine. You're not going to have to worry about it. But in the future, when you're claiming Epic Spirit Balloons, always check this to make sure you shouldn't switch your hunt challenge to a different hunt challenge. Now, with that 8, we could technically go ahead and switch the hunt challenge to Golem and go ahead and grab it, and then that will complete the first mission for that. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. We grab it, and then this is another free gear set that we probably won't utilize. One thing I want you guys to do right now, though, is go in and lock any of this free gear that the game has given us. So the free HP gear, the free attack sets, go lock it all. That way you don't accidentally sell it. I probably should have told you to do this earlier. It's fine, though. If you've sold it, you get a bunch more. Hopefully you haven't. Not worth restarting your account over unless you really want to. But yeah, do not sell this gear on accident. I don't know if we'll even use a lot of this attack set gear because we get so many other really good gear sets that I don't know where we'll use this or have the charms to upgrade this gear anyway. Go ahead and go lock that. And now we receive our reward. We do get another Moonlight Summon. And then the next missions that are popping up, if you look here, they are going to be the Achieving Adventure missions. These will not take too long to complete. Maybe by day 4, we'll have them all done. Just keep going through. So arena battles, I do want to remind you guys, use as many flags you can every day. Buy the free flags with this. If you do spend a couple Sky Stones on flags, it's fine. You get 10 quick battles a day. Go ahead and utilize those quick matches. Actually, I have 15 because I didn't use my quick battles yesterday. This account, I logged in a few extra days so I can make multiple episodes of the guide again. Looking at it, you're going to see some things you don't have on your account yet. I'm trying not to claim anything that's going to help me on this account get ahead of you. The goal is to where once I get to that day login, then I'll claim the stuff and I'll make the guide over that, versus where if I didn't do like all of that logging in ahead of time, I would have to wait each day to make the video, making it take extra long. So like I said, the plan today is to make 2 different episodes of the guide. Now with quick battles, just go ahead in with your story team. Your story team is what you're going to be using to go all the way up to Challenger Arena. Go in and clear this. Once you've run out of quick battles, though, just do your normal battles, and anytime you have flags, go spend them. Very important to get as high in arena as possible, especially by Sunday. Sunday arena closes for a few hours at night, and then Monday it reopens, and you get Sky Stones depending on how far you are in arena. So if you click this, you look and look at the league info. Every time you get to a new rank, you get a bunch of Sky Stones, and at the end of the week, depending on what rank you are, you get Sky Stones according to that. So arena is very important for free-to-play players to start getting your Sky Stone increases. Go ahead and do those 5 missions. Do those 5 fights. Once you do those 5 fights and clear that mission, then we are going to go in and start clearing Chapter 3 story. I'm going to go ahead and do one more Moonlight Summon. I'm going to do all the summons on the video so that way I don't end up with a random Moonlight 5 character that you guys watching later be like, how'd you get that? I want to make sure all my summons are live recorded. So let's go ahead and do one more Moonlight. It's a 4-star. At least a 4-star. Come on. It's a 4-star Angelica. Okay, well, it is Angelica, but it's the dark Angelica. I want the light Angelica. This Angelica can be used for different one-shot hunts and things like that. Not the worst character in the world, so I'm not too sad, but it is what it is. Now that we've gotten to this point, what I want you guys to do next is go into your event and make sure to claim your adventure for new heirs missions. You need to finish all these, which means I need to go and do one more stage to get this. And then once you go to mission 2, this is about purchasing Epic Catalyst. So go and buy all of these. And then mission 3, claim all this. This will already be done. So it looks like we do need to go farm a bit more, but it's good. If you're ever stuck and don't know what to do in Epic 7, go farm Unrecorded History Stage 30. That is the ultimate progression tip I can give you. If you don't know what to do, farm Stage 30 until you know what to do. You can never farm too much Stage 30. You can never farm too much Unrecorded History in general. So anytime you're stuck and don't know what to do, just have that running, okay? Now, whenever you do your first promotion to a 6-star, you're going to be getting these missions that pop up. You get 3 different 6-stars that pop up for the different missions, okay? Make sure that you can get or you claim these every day. These rewards are really good, and this is a way you get a bunch of your bookmarks for your first 5-star, whatever you're summoning on Story Summon. Next up, Mulgore Challenge. Make sure to claim all this stuff. And the Hunt Challenge, as you saw, we did just grab 8 Spirit Balloons to finish that. Now, Again, the next mission that I want you to do is go through and you need to buy 3 epic catalysts from the AP exchange to clear this before we start going through chapter 2 of the story. So I will be back in just a minute once we get into that. Once you have got your 1200 stamina, you can go ahead and go into side story again. We're going to be buying 3 epic catalysts. Again, we're going to buy the same catalyst that we bought for Spectre Tenebria. And once you buy the 3 epic catalysts, that will finish the mission that we need to do to where we can go start farming Chapter 2. So Chapter 2 is going to lock a ton of stuff in the game. I will have to explain it as we go along. I'm going to just set you guys free and have you farm as far into it as you can. I think I'm going to have you go to at least Chapter 3. Get to the end of Chapter 3, we'll do a little quick 3-minute update. Then I'll have you farm to like Chapter 5 or 6. Little update, and we'll probably end today once you get to the Tamarinne missions, which is beating Chapter 8. Okay, that will be the goal for today. And now that you've claimed all that, if you go back in, it will have a new adventure for New Path. And then it's going to be, we need to beat the first stage of episode 2. So now we can start this mission. Go here, claim all this free stuff, and go out. The next step is just go in, and you can start grinding through that chapter. There are a couple other things that I'll come back and we'll touch up on. But for right now, just want you guys get as flying through this. You just use the same story team. It's not going to be challenging at all because your free spirit chariot is super overgeared. If you do start having any problems, just go level up your Destina, Tyria, and Spectre's gear, Spectre Tenebria, or RB if you guys are using RB if you decided to go that route. But just start plowing through this. It's going to give us some bookmarks and other resources that we can use to also do more on our story summons. And then we're going to be working on Wyvern tomorrow. So Wyvern, we get our free HP set. We want to try to get as many summons done into Story Banner. Or if you're not summoning a story banner, I'll show you the characters that you want to try to have and the reasoning why. If you don't have those characters, I'll try to give you a couple options that you can do. But we're just be beating Wyvern for the first time, just one time clear. That's it. We want to get those free summons so we can make better decisions on our selectors that we're going to be getting. But other than that, that is going to be the outline for the next little bit of what we're working on. And we will be back once you get to the end of chapter 3 of part 3 of chapter 2. Meet baby back here in a second. Okay, now that you guys have cleared 3-10, you will have the ability to come in and click on Hero, go to Recruit, and there will be a Furious option to recruit. So Furious is a character. You need to have Gravecrest. Again, if you're not in a guild, you need to get in one. It is very important for the progression of your game. So go ahead in. You are going to need to grind the Arcane points. That means you need to farm Chapter 3. Go through all the stages in Chapter 3. You should have plenty. You may just have enough anyway from one of the challenges. But go ahead and fully get him. If you have to take a second, you don't have to get him right at this point, but make sure you're working toward the mission to get him, then do connection complete. He will be a unit that we're going to use on our Wyvern team. Tomorrow we will be setting up our makeshift first Wyvern team, and if you don't have the characters yet, we're not going to be farming Wyvern until probably day 7 or later into the guide. I don't think it's too smart to farm Wyvern too early. The only thing you should really be heavily farming at the beginning of the game for the first probably week is going to be unrecorded history. So you see right here, I still have unrecorded history farming in the background. Anytime I'm doing anything else, if I step away from my computer, I play on LD Player 9. There's a link down below if you don't already play. We will have a PC client eventually, but who knows when that's going to come. So for me, I always have my computer on because I'm doing different things. And then when I leave my room, I make sure I'm always farming. So get Furious. Work on him if you haven't. But next, we want to make sure we are working on these challenges here. So go in, just keep completing each thing. Do your arena battles, do your everything. Go ahead and receive your rewards as you go. And then one thing, again, I want to mention is your ancient coins. This part, whenever you spend them, it doesn't matter how you spend them. Just spend them on charms of some kind. It's the same value no matter what you buy. So for this one, I'll just buy 1 of each purple. It'll complete that mission. And then next up, we're going to have clear hunt 6 or higher 10 times. What we're going to do for this one is go in and we're going to go to ongoing events. We're going to switch our hunt expert challenge over to a different challenge. Let's go back and let's go into Golem. So say we've already started working on Golem. It doesn't matter which one you do. We're going to end up clearing all 3 of these in the next day or 2. Just anytime that you're a little bit ahead, go in and clear this. You can do it with your story team. So we need to clear Golem 7 or higher 10 times and then get 10 Ultra Fangs. To get 10 Ultra Fangs, you can just immediately go. If you're watching the guide, we get the epic spirit balloons earlier from one of the challenges to complete this. You can also trade stigma for your spirit balloons that you need. Now going in, we need 10 of the Ultra Fangs. These are Ultra Fangs. We just use boxes to make this quick and easy. So grab our boxes. Now that challenge is done. And then we need to clear Golem 6 or higher 10 times for that, or 7 or higher 10 times for the Sermia challenge. So let's try to knock out multiple things in one go. I want you guys to go in, climb up through Golem, and get to Golem 10. Your story team can do it. I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to upgrade a little bit of gear on my story team, again, because I forgot to upgrade gear on Destina. She's still been perfectly fine without the gear upgrade. Just go to at least +9 on all the Destina pieces. The helmet, maybe you can go to +12. The sword doesn't really matter. You can go to maybe +6. You will upgrade all this gear eventually, but at the beginning, best to be a little efficient. As you see that one effectiveness, that's why I never upgrade these too high at the start. You don't need attack on your Soul Weaver, plus when it goes effectiveness, not really the greatest thing to have on a Destina. She has no debuffs, so never going to apply any debuffs to anything. So we'll just go +6 on the ring. You can go +9. Actually, let's go +9 on the ring and neck. We have enough charms. If you guys need more charms, you just saw you can spend ancient coins to get more charms. This is just an easy thing that's going to give her the most value of overall HP and survivability, is upgrading this right side gear because it's HP percent. Next up, the boots. Let's go +12. Why not? It'll give her extra turns. One thing I will say that you can do right now, we got a ton of effects. We have 60 effectiveness on Destina. This will not be our permanent gear, obviously, but go ahead, go in. We want a skill enhancer, skill 3 to +3. If you need any of these baby insignias, you can trade in boxes for them, or you can go to the AP exchange and just grab 2. But make sure it's on 1 turn cooldown. That's the only thing you really going to give you a lot of value. The other ones would be okay, getting more healing, but you don't really need it going through story, and that's what Destina is for now. When we start using her in PvP later, you can have the option to upgrade if you feel you need it, but this is the most important thing. Most characters, the most important thing is a turn cooldown. So now that we're to this point, you've cleared 310, go ahead and go in and, let's check the other character's gear real quick too. So if you've gotten any goblin gear that is decent, you can go ahead and switch. So as you see, right here, I'm going to go ahead, and I did get this goblin sword. The sword is really good. A lot of you won't know what's good gear yet. I will have a gear guide coming in the next few days. I say that all the time. I know any of you have played before, you've heard this, but this guide, I'm making sure I get every resource out available. So you see this gear took nothing to upgrade because it came from Goblin. So we'll go ahead and throw it on. It has attack speed, crit damage, and crit chance. That's perfect for a damage dealer. Those are the 4 perfect substats for an attack scaling damage dealer. Go ahead and put that on. That's good. And in terms of rings, we don't have any rings. We do have this. Okay, never mind. I thought we had a goblin ring. It's a goblin boot. That's attack percent. But we can go ahead and upgrade this gear a little bit. The best thing to upgrade is the boots. The boots will give us the most value. So let's go ahead and upgrade the boots +15. Gives us your 14% attack. That's going to make our Spectre Chamber way stronger. We would like a little more survivability, so try to get the chest and the helmet to +12 minimum. Now from here, the right side gear, I don't really want to upgrade these at all. If you do have any attack percent that you've gotten from the goblin drop or crit damage pieces, you can maybe switch them out here, even if it breaks the set, if your overall stats are better. As you see, we only have 62 crit chance on her anyway. It's not great, but that's all you really need if we're going through story. Story's super easy. And then Tyria, everything is maxed out except her helmet and chest. We'll eventually do those. We're going to max everything on this. Actually, let's go ahead and at least max the helmet. I will just use powder. So the powder is coming from selling our pieces of gear that are trash that we're getting from the unrecorded history farming. So now that we've gotten this, let's go ahead and boost this. And from here, now we can go in, and I know we'll be strong enough to easily clear Golem. So let's go in, use your regular story team up to Golem 7, and then farm Golem 7 10 times. Go through it, just do 1 at a time till you get to 7, and once you get to 7, set your pet to auto it 10 times, and then once you do that, we will continue the video. So get to that point, and I'll meet you back here in a second. Okay, so once you get to hunt level 7, hopefully you're around the same account rank I am. I'm about rank 40. I don't know what the rank that you need to get to is, but you get quick battles. So quick battles are a way to get into Epic 7 and get your dailies done and everything super fast. It's a newer edition of the game. You normally only get 10 a day. If you pay for the $5 monthly pack, you get 20. And with the event going on, you get an extra 10 per day anyway. So once you get, I believe it's rank 40, you can go ahead, and now we're to the Golem 7 portion. You can go ahead and just click quick battle, or do the quick battles. You put however many you want to do in there. You can do 10 at a time. Maybe in the future we'll get more of these, but just go ahead and let this clear out, and then we're going to be getting Sermia. Now, once we get Sermia, we're not going to mess with her for right now. I think I am going to have you guys utilize her in this guide, but for right now, any character that you guys get, don't go put a bunch of resources into them. Don't go level them up yet. Wait until we're using them. We're going to be using the same team going through story. Again, if you want to go mess with some stuff, you can, but we're going to be clearing the same thing with the same characters. We're trying to use the minimum amount possible so that once you guys get to a point where you can now go in and you have everything clearable, you can then customize your account and go from there and go wild. And I'm going to try to make guides as to what I would do with, or what what characters I would do first if you have them, and put each character into like a different role that they'll fill, and try to give you guys a guide as to what you can upgrade. But I'm going to eventually, all of our accounts are going to become unique. But going through the guide, I have to keep it all the same. If you want to use a different character, then I don't know what character each person's going to have. I don't know if it'll work, but I do know this works. I've done a million times for guides. So keep that in mind. Now that we've finished that, let's go ahead and go into our thing here, and let's grab our Sirmia, and it's going to unlock another batch of challenges. Okay, so let's grab Sirmia. Now that we have Sirmia, these missions open again. We can go get another HP set. Okay, now hopefully you guys have farmed a little unrecorded history. Again, if you ever are at a point you don't know what you're doing, just go farm unrecorded history. Now let's go into side story, unrecorded history. Hopefully we have 900 or 800 again that we can spend. I think I have 900. Let's see. I have over 1,000. Okay, so we're going to go buy 2 more epic catalysts here, and we're going to buy more fused nerves. Okay, we bought the 2. Now we can go in and we get that free HP set. Now all of our characters are actually pretty well geared. Now going in, let's go ahead and grab it. Adventure, grab these, and then grab these. And now that we have that set, same thing as always. We go ahead, go back. We're going to click. We're going to open it. Then we're going to take all those pieces. Again, anytime you get this free gear, go ahead and lock it. Be safe. Lock it up. Always the first thing to do when you get a new free good piece of gear, or if you're farming and get new gear, go ahead. Also, there's an auto select option in this game. I am well aware, trust me. I just usually go through and manually do this at the beginning so that I don't accidentally set my parameters too high and sell a piece of gear. But you guys do want to set the auto feature once you get your accounts a little bit more stabilized. But I sell pretty much everything that I know is junk, or anything that comes from the story that isn't great. So let's go ahead and sell all that. Now our inventory is cleaned up. The next thing I want you to do is go in and put that new gear set you just got on Raz. Okay, and our Raz is also level 40. One thing I want you to do right now is promote him to level 50, or to level 5 star. And if you have any penguins, you can go ahead and level them up too. And now you'll have a pretty strong Raz. You can go and start doing some of your awakenings. One reason I had you guys wait on your awakenings is if you go to Hunt Expert Challenge down here, you're going to have the awakening challenges. So any 5-star or higher awakening counts toward these challenges. That's why I had you wait and not just go do it earlier. Yeah, you could have done it earlier. Hopefully you guys didn't. Maybe 4-star was fine, but all your 5-star awakenings you want to do for the Wyvern challenges. Now, with Raz, like I said, that gear is going to go on him. Manage equipment. Go find the new gear set you got, and if you sort by acquisition, it'll be the furthest left. Now go through, put it all on him, and now you have all your characters on actually decent gear that can pretty much clear all of the story. Once you level this gear up, there's pretty much nothing in the game that you're going to lose to. For this gear, I'm just going to slap it all to +9, call it a day. I did farm some more unrecorded history while I was off doing the other things. Always have unrecorded history farming in the background. Again, I'm going to say that a million times in this guide. Unrecorded history stage 30. The more you farm it, the more your account will progress and the stronger you will become. Okay, you're going to hear a lot of different, all these swords are going effectiveness. With Raz, it's okay. Now these, I'm just going to put on +6. Destina's gear is the main thing that we want to be upgrading. We are going to be getting Tamarinne within a couple days. Tamarinne, we will go get that 3rd gear set, and that gear set will be Tamarinne's gear set. Okay. And then tomorrow's HP login set, you get an HP login set, which I have right here. I'm going to make the next video right after this is done. So there will be, when you watch this video, there should be another episode of the guide up a couple hours later, which will be nice. Those of you that now, if you're following along, you should be able to have a little bit of content you could watch to get further into the game. And I will hopefully always be ahead of everyone from that point to extent. If I'm not, again, I am live streaming all of this. You can go to my live streams, but here are all the characters with their builds. Everything is decently leveled up. We would like to upgrade and try to get some more crit chance with Spectre Cenobria, but going through the story with Arteria as strong as she is, we don't necessarily need it. The next thing I want you guys to do is go in and clear part 4 of chapter 2. I went ahead and went a little bit ahead so I could test and make sure that the characters we currently have geared could auto it. Now that we just upgraded everything, it's going to be even easier to go through and beat all this. So if you have your characters looking like mine, you'll just be able to auto all the way through. Our goal is to get to the end, or part 8 today. That's it. We're going to part 8, and that will be the end. I'll show you a couple things you can farm and work on. As you look here, I did go through and clear all of these because you get more sky stones from doing this. So go back and go through all the stages and try to 3-star everything. Another thing I want you to do is go to your AP exchange as you're going through this, and if it has a highlighted thing next to it, you want to click it and always claim all the things so that while you're farming, it will keep completing quests for you. The annoying thing is if you try to auto battle in the background, anytime you finish one of these quests, it will cancel that auto battle. Super, super annoying. But just go through. The only things we're buying from any of these exchanges is going to be the Breath of Orbises, and then we're going to buy Catalyst with the rest of our currency. You do need to spend points in this. I'll show right at the very end what to spend those on. So right here, I have 288. We're buying that Breath of Orbis. I'll show you where to put your last Breath of Orbis as we keep going, but just go through, claim all of these, and you will be good. So this one, claim this. We're going to need to clear stage 1-3, and we need to claim 50 points from there. So we need to go farm that a little bit. But that is one thing to work on. But another thing, go through all of up to episode 4. So once you clear episode 4 and get to the end of this, then it's going to unlock another thing I'm going to talk about. So go do that now, and we'll meet back here. Now that you've cleared part 4, we're going to go in. We're going to go to our Wyvern Challenge. And if you look here, we have the missions for Awakenings. So you want to try to complete some of these missions for Awakenings. You may have to farm a little bit of Spirit Altar to do so. But that is the next goal. If you look here for Destina, what would we need for the Awakening? We have everything we need for the Epic Life Rune. We would just need the Catalyst. You have the boxes you can trade in for a Catalyst, or you can go in and claim from the AP Exchange from Unrecorded History. So that is how you will do it. Go ahead and try to 5-star awaken a few characters. Once you do one, though, what you're going to do is go ahead and go to battle, and you will have unlocked the Hall of Trials. So with the Hall of Trials, this is where you get things called exclusive equipments. Exclusive equipments are very good. It also gives you free 40 here, so you can buy the first one. We're going to go ahead into exchange. And the first one we're going to be buying, obviously, is going to be for our Free Spiritia, if we can find her on this massive list of all the exclusive equipments. I think I passed her up at the top. I think she's near the top. She is a warrior, right? Am I blind? Oh, here she is. Okay. So with this, doesn't really matter which one you get. The Dispels one, buff one is nice, and the immunity one is nice. The Dark Elemental Hero one is maybe nice. What I do is I usually buy 1 or 2 and hope for the higher attack on it. That's 9 out of 14. Not great in terms of the skill that we got. Dispels one buff. I do like that one. I think I like the immunity one more, but it doesn't matter which one you want or which one you get for now. Just make sure you go buy one, and once you put it on your Free Spiritia, she does need to be 5-star awakened. Any character for exclusive equipment needs 5-star awakening, but you'll equip it. You get some extra attack on it, makes it where you're going to farm faster, and it just gives an extra ability. Hers ones aren't that impactful. Some of them are, I mean, not great, but other characters have absolutely insane ones. So we'll go over those later in the guide. But again, now keep making sure that you are finishing these challenges here. The next challenge we have is acquire 20 runes, so I'll go and do that. And then I want you guys to clear as far up into this as you can. Once you get to the craft 15 pieces in the equipment workshop, again, just go craft with your lower end quality gear any right side piece and just immediately sell it. That's the best use case for those besides trading them in. You can trade materials in. Here you can go to crafting materials, and you can trade your lower materials in for higher tier Wyvern materials. So we trade these 34 in, and we get the highest rarity. You do want to do this as much as you can. You can do 5 per day. This will give us more crafting of the gear that we're actually going to be using for PvP, and it's the strongest gear you'll be able to get of crafted gear. You never want to mess with any gear below T85, and that's what this crafts is T85 gear. You can have that as one option to use those resources on, but the other option is go into crafting, and that's why we always usually go to Golem, and you'll come in here and you'll just craft whatever rings or necklaces. If you do 10, you need to do 15 total, so do 110 and then 5 different ones of whatever material, and just sell them all immediately. Don't even look at them. It doesn't matter. We're just doing it for the charm dust. And then once you do that, try to clear up to the end of, where am I at? Let's check where I'm at real quick. Clear up to the end of chapter 6. So clear up to the end of chapter 6 and work as far as you can in those missions. If I see anything in those missions, whenever I get out of here and clear some of it myself, I'll let you guys know what I did for it to pass it. But we're almost to the end of this video. Bear with me. I know these are long, but at least hopefully I'm covering everything you could possibly have questions on. If you still have questions, comment them down below, and I will try to keep out the comment section. Otherwise, other people will likely answer them for you. So go farm 6, go do your missions. Be right back. Okay, now that you have cleared chapter 6, you're going to be completing your missions, okay? And there's one that is spend 600 conquest points, okay? The 600 conquest points, you have a bunch of options what you do. What I tell everybody to do is go buy this ring. This ring is really good. It could roll defense or sucks, but if it rolls anything but defense, it's a very solid ring for your account. Go ahead and buy it, lock it, and then now you need to spend, well, hopefully that'll finish. If you need to spend any more before this pops up, just go buy 2 charms of any kind. Doesn't matter which kind, but that is the way to do it. So buy 2 smaller charms. You want to spend as few conquest points as possible. And in terms of conquest point gear that we will buy later, a lot of you will be asking about that. We will go in and I will show you that we're waiting until we see what all characters we have, and then you use some conquest points to balance out your characters whenever you're getting into crafting. You'll craft a bunch of gear from your beginning resources. It gives you a ton for free, and I'll teach you crafting with that, and then we'll go through the arena gear, and I'll tell you which ones to buy to try to utilize different characters and show like what I'm doing at least, and hopefully that'll help you make some better decisions. So the next thing we need to do is clear Abyss 450. Okay, so clearing Abyss 450, that's what we should go do. And then just keep completing these things. Craft 50. This gives you a ton of crafting materials, I do believe, right? No, that gives you crafting chests. Don't use these yet. Just hold on to all of the resources you have that I do not use, and then I'll teach you guys how to use them at a different part of the video when it makes more sense to utilize those resources. But again, this craft 30 pizzas, you'll just go in and craft whatever gear, and then keep going through this. And we're going to promote a 5-star to 6-star. Okay, that we're probably going to have to pause on depending on. Do we have a potion? I don't know. No, we do not have a potion currently. Do we get any from events? Hold on. Let's see if we get any potions from events. Archy 2 Day. We don't get any for that. Adventures for new heirs. You guys should be clearing this now on chapter 2. Once you go start spending your AP, you're going to be getting some rewards from this. And then once you spend AP, you'll get more rewards from this. There's none in there. The first 6-star promotion. The Molagora Challenge, I believe we get one in here. Okay, so Molagora Challenge. Once you go and awaken a couple characters to 4-star or higher, you'll get a second potion. That's what we'll use to make our second 6-star. Our second 6-star will be Sigret. Okay, so I'll go ahead and go in and get this while you guys are farming your Abyss. So go to Abyss 50. Just use the same team we've already been using. Clear all the way up to Abyss 50. We'll meet back here in a second. Once we do that, then I'll make sure you get your potion, go and awaken a couple more characters before you get that potion, and I will show you guys what to do from there. Go off. Be back soon. Okay, once you have cleared to Abyss 450, you can go ahead and claim all these rewards, and then it's going to be do Labyrinth 2 times, and then we're going to do the same concept for clearing our crafting. We're just going to craft some kind of right side gear until this mission pops up, and then sell so either ring or neck. Whatever, you just got a bunch of crafting materials for beating Abyss to 50, so doesn't matter which one, preferably not Wyvern. I usually do Golem for these, but just use some of that crafting materials, finish that mission, and then do 2 Labyrinths real quick. I'm going to go show one thing with Labyrinth, and we're trying to get to this promote 5-star hero 2 times mission. Once we get to there, then we will finish going all the way through to the boss fight at stage 8. And that will be the ending part of this video. And then if you want to continue with these missions, you can. But the main mission I want you guys to get to is going to be today to this potion that we're going to be getting. Okay, so go ahead, go out, start doing these more missions, and I'll meet you back whenever you have finished all the way up to this part. So go do your Labyrinth 2 times. I will show you again, when you're going through Labyrinth, our goal with Labyrinth is we're going to be clearing all of Labyrinth up to Malekith's consciousness. So now I have just finished Tyrell's Castle. You don't need 100% every stage. Just try to get as far as you can each time. Try to use all your morale like I showed in the first video. Then we'll do Nixie's Sanctum. Then we'll do Malekith's. And then we'll get into Labyrinth. Okay, this is what, when people say lab, this is what they're referring to as Royal Capital and mostly Azimacalus of Cycle. Okay, this is the in-game thing that you farm for some pretty solid gear. You do it once a month. It's annoying, very annoying, but we'll get you to that point. But for right now, it is just focusing on this. Again, we're just using our story team, and your camping is going to be Destina Sad Memory, it's going to be the 2 memory ones, okay? So, or Sad Story, those 2 story ones, Joyful and Sad, between Spectre Tenebria and Destina is your 2 camping missions. So go ahead and clear these 2. I'll meet you back whenever you are to the potion 1. All right. Okay, now that you're to the point where we're to the potion mission, we are going to be getting all of this 50,000 stigma on top of 6 epic spirit blooms. That puts us at 14, so we only need 6 more. I want to tell you again about combining runes. The second character that we're going to 6-star is going to be our Sigret. Okay, second character that we 6-star will be Sigret. Now we need to go level her up, max out her level, and then we're going to go click promote, and hopefully by this point we will have everything we need. If we click combine spirit blooms, you'll have enough. If not, you need to go take some of the stigma and make some epic spirit blooms. We're going to go ahead and click this, and now we'll promote her to 6-star. Okay, Once she is promoted to 6-star, that finishes our mission. We're going to level her up again. Once she is level 60, it allows us to now upgrade our Spectre Tenebria to level 60. Okay, Cigarette we're going to be using tomorrow for Wyvern whenever we build our first Wyvern team, or first makeshift Wyvern team while we're working on a real one. Once you do this, you can 6-star promote her. Now, you go in, you can grab this item here, and then now all of these... Ooh, I got Knockwall. Is it a 5-star ticket? Hey, I got a Knockwall. That's really good. It's a 4-star ticket I just got Knockwall from. This account is juiced. Okay, that's a really good for me. Okay, that's cool. It's a 4-star ticket, 4 to 5-star ticket. Chance to get a 5-star is like 10% maybe or something. That's lucky. Okay, but you can go through in terms of Awakening Hero, do this, go through, you can keep doing these, and then once we get to Wyvern 10, this will probably be the mission you stop at if you would like. But if you want to wait till tomorrow, I'll be waiting till tomorrow on it for everything. Now that we have this potion, the third 6-star hero we're going to be doing is our Spectre Tenebria. Now, I know when you get a potion, you're like, how do I min-max this? You can use it on a 3-star. That isn't upgraded at all, but the difference is like 100 stamina. It's not a big deal. You don't need to be super efficient with it. I'll be honest. I never am. I don't care whenever I'm doing this, okay? I just go ahead and utilize it as soon as I can. If you want to min-max, though, go ahead and maybe promote your third 6-star, which is going to be your Tenebria, through using Spirit Balloons. But for me, I just go ahead and slap this in, and bang, now we have a 6-star Spectre Tenebria. Let's see if we don't have enough penguins to level her, but she'll level up as we go through. Now from this point, you can go through and do some 4-star, 5-star Awakenings if you'd like. If you're going to do that, oops, I didn't mean to claim that. Oh no. Okay, I might have to go farm some Spirit Altar just so that didn't go to waste. But now we're also going to claim our Surmia. You guys probably already have. If you have already claimed your Surmia, it's fine. Just go ahead and lock her. And then, wait, oh, it looks like when I claimed that from mailbox, I went into here. Okay, we should be fine. Okay, because I have 2 of those in there now. Okay. Let's take a breath here. Now we're going to go in. We just got all those Daydream Jokers. Again, you want 3 locked Daydream Jokers. As you see, I have 3 different locked versions. This one's already fully maxed out. Let's go ahead and throw 3 more into that. You don't need to level them yet. Okay, you're not going to end up max leveling these. That's a ton of Artifact Charms. So Artifact Charms are very annoying to get as you get later in the game. So we're only going to use Artifact Charms when we know what we're doing with them. Right now is nothing. We will upgrade these eventually or tomorrow, but for today, just lock them. You're going to, with 3 max Daydream Jokers. After that, you can sell all of them. Again, all your 3-star artifacts, you can click arrange, auto select, sell any 3-star below that. Your Exodus Tonfa, so you can save 1 max copy of that, but otherwise you're going to get so many 3-star artifacts throughout this event that if you do find one you end up needing, we'll go ahead and grab it then. So now we have our Spectre Tenebria, we have our Raz, we have our Destina, and we have our Free Spirit Chariot all juiced up. Our Sigurd is 6-starred, ready for tomorrow. The next thing I want to teach you about is going to be Grace of Growth. This is something you need to be working on. Grace of Growth, you're going to have this. It's going to teach you everything about it. We'll go ahead and exit out of it. And as you complete missions, your Grace of Growth will keep leveling up. So there we go. And then the next stage info is you need to reach level 60 with 3 characters. That's going to be your Sigurd, or Spectre Tenebria, and Tier. So once our Tenebria gets leveled up, we'll have this. And the next one will be when you own a starting grade 5-star hero with fully enhanced skills. For that, we are going to max Mulagora our Sigret. Sigret is going to be a character that the more Mola into her, the better, and we're going to need her maxed out for one of our things we will be doing with her later in the story, but having her maxed out will be really good for Wyvern. So if you look here, she takes shiny enchantments, and maxing out a character, we need a lot of shiny enchantments. So we can count it up, you need 5, 7, and then 5, 7, 5, 7, so a total of 36. Okay, so you can go ahead and get some of those from other places if you want to save some of your boxes. I'm just going to go ahead and grab all 36 from right here. There is going to be a bunch of other chests you get throughout the next couple days, so I'm just going to go ahead and rip 36 just so I can max her. And then we also needed the, what was it, Twisted Horns. I think we need 6 Twisted Horns for this as well, so let's grab 6, and then let's go ahead and skill enhancer. Now we want to max this all the way up, and then once this is done, once you get your Tenebria all the way up to level 60, you're good to go, and you have your Grace of Growth fully unlocked. Don't put anything in your Grace of Growth yet. Wait till tomorrow. I'll teach you guys. That's going to be our front Wyvern tank. The way Grace of Growth works, it gives you the character fully leveled up, and you can switch them out. When you take them out, you'll have to wait 3 days to put another one into it. But it's a way to try out a character or utilize them for a little bit of content and then remove it. That's a very, very useful tool in the game. And once you get in game, it'll just be a way that you could put a PvP character into it if you'd like, or if there's a new PvE kind of content out that you want to just go clear for one time, if it's a one-time clear or something that's a short farming thing, you can go ahead and do it. And we will awaken her cigarette too. That's something you could work on. But now that she is maxed out, one other thing with Grace of Growth is do not buy the second one because it only lasts for 30 days. This is the biggest scam in E7 history. They don't tell, it's hard to put it at the very end. So if you don't read, you think you just get a second slot forever. It's a 30-day slot. Do not waste your resources on this, okay? But that's one thing, is try to get this maxed out, but don't put a hero in there till tomorrow. I'll give you a list of the best heroes you can do for that. And it's just basically who's going to be your starting Wyvern front tank. If you have Brieg, you go ahead and throw Brieg in there. But if you don't have Brieg, we'll have to come up with a different option. Now that we have done all of this, okay, there's one last thing to do for the day, or for this part. Also, again, these are in parts. If you ever get to a certain point, you can just pause the video from that spot and come back when you start playing again. So don't feel like you have to do this. This is going to take you 5 days, 7 days to do. Play at your own pace. But if it does take you 5 or 7 days to do, keep making sure you log in, at least do your summons and do your missions for the Bass Bash. Okay, that is a big thing. Make sure you're at least doing that login. But it could take you that long to get through, especially if you're reading story. I get it. Don't feel rushed. Take your time. It will be fine. As long as you're progressing every day, that's all that matters. The last thing I want you guys to do now, though, is go in, clear all of Chapter 7, and clear all of Chapter 8. After you do that, I will show you a couple things you can work on, and then we are done with this part of the guide. I promised that this part of the guide would be shorter, and I lied, because there's so many things going on right now. It's insane with this game. So these are long-form content videos. Play at your own pace. They're videos that you can pause and come back later, and you will be fine, okay? Let's go ahead, let you guys farm through this. Meet me back here when you're at the final boss for Chapter 8. We'll play it through it together, and then I'll show you the last things, and I will send you off on your own with those missions and things that you can go do, and I'll then have the next guide up later in the day that this one is uploaded. Okay, I did want to record this fight because this fight can maybe be kind of challenging. It's the only one on auto so far that's going to give any kind of challenge. So going in, let's go ahead and skip the story and get up to the fight. With this fight, you just want to attack the orbs and kill the orbs first. Usually, anytime there's an orb in a fight, hitting it is always the answer. Okay, that's a tip for Abyss. That's a tip for everything. So we'll go ahead and just aim for one of the orbs first. Doesn't matter which one we go for. We'll try to kill it, and then go ahead and skill 3 it. And then we'll kill both orbs. I'll just walk you through this whole fight. Again, it's going to be in a 2-hour video. There's nothing to do about it. I was going to try to make it shorter. It is what it is. So keep attacking the orbs. Let's do a dual attack with Raz here. That half HP. And then from here, I'll just S1 it to be safe. We want to kill the orbs before we do too much damage to Cowrick. Right, so now this will kill the orb and Cowrick at the same time. And now it's just full on focusing, hitting Cowrick. So we'll go ahead and S2. And then go ahead and we'll just S3. Regular Raz only gives defense buff to himself, so it's not the greatest character at all. I'm sure you guys have noticed, but once you get his specialty change, he's a very solid character, which you get at the end of this chapter. So that'll be something we'll work on after tomorrow. But for right now, it works. Okay, so if you kill the crystals, you see if you wouldn't have killed the crystals, he will do damage to you there. The actual more important crystal that you can kill is going to be this yellow one. This yellow one heals him. You want to try to kill this crystal as fast as you can every time to prevent him from healing. So we're going to go ahead and attack it. We should kill it here with Arteria. So go ahead. Every single time you see this crystal, come back, always hit it. And then this one, just attack. Now we can skill 2. That'll kill the other crystal. He revives them again. I know it's super annoying. So go ahead and hit this one. We should be fast enough on all our characters that will lap. We do have S2 again. Kill this little crystal here. Bang, it's done. Next up, just S1 the crystal. And then we probably are back in skill 2. This should kill the other crystal again. Perfect. Now we go ahead and skill 3 the boss. And this is how you beat him, okay? I did have it on auto, and I was like, wait, I should probably show this fight, because if you leave it on auto, he will just keep bringing the crystals back and then doing infinite damage to you, which is very, very annoying. So hopefully you can beat it here, no problems. Right here, once you have Arky, go ahead and Arky. This will do a ton of damage to him and the crystals. And right here, if you have enough damage, you could probably just kill him. Hopefully we do. Yep, it's over. Okay, so don't manual that stage, or don't auto that stage, manual it. And now we're going to go ahead and clear through all Chapter 8. You should be able to manual it all, and I might have to show you how to beat the Chapter 8 boss too. Some of the fights throughout story you will need to manual. You'll get used to it. And that's usually the only fights you need to actually play the game on, though. As we get further, you'll have to start manualing a lot of the fights. Right now, mostly just auto, but I'll be back once we get to the end of Chapter 8. We are finally here, guys. Okay, 8-10. As you see, the little Tamarinne icon is next to it. The last fight was kind of hard. Hopefully, you guys don't have any problems with it. I did full auto it, so should be able to beat it just fine. If you have any troubles, just go upgrade your gear a little bit if you have to, but you shouldn't have any problems with it. In terms of if you run it once or twice, you should beat it, no problem. So now this stage, I can't remember if it's a stray stage or what the exact stage is here, so I'm gonna just talk through it. I'm going to give you a couple things you can work on. I'll show these things again, but first thing is go back and try to finish all the different quests in this and then have your extra quest on the side little parts of the stage. So you have your Labyrinth stage, you go back into Labyrinth, you go through a different path, you get 3 more stages every time you do that. If you do all those, it ends up being a ton of extra sky stones that you're going to get from chapter 2. On top of that, you want to get your Breath of Orbises. That's the biggest thing to spend your AP on. After you do your AP Breath of Orbises, all the attack set and crit set or destruction set from this chapter, we get way better gear than it's not worth even going and buying it. The best thing you buy is just buy some catalysts. It doesn't matter which ones really. If there's one you see that you need, you can go in here and buy it, but you do need to spend, I think it's a total of 2,000 AP total, and that we only have 5, I believe, Breath of Orbises we're buying, so that's 1,500. You'll have to buy at least a couple of catalysts to max out that. I think it's 2,400 actually. You do need to buy quite a few catalysts. So, wait, that's it? That's it? Okay, never mind. That was way easier than I thought. Okay, so you have a Tamarinne side story. I'm going to go ahead and skip it. But that is, okay, I thought it was actually a hard stage. The hard stage was before this stage. Okay, well, we're done. There it is. We get Tamarinne. Now we can go get Tamarinne from or start working on her at least. There are a couple of missions that we will do. I'm just going to explain them real quick so you guys don't make any mistakes with this once it eventually goes. All right, claim all your rewards up to this point. I am going to do a little bit of summoning to end off the video as well. So again, the first thing that you can do if you are waiting for the next part of the guide, potentially, go through and max out all the stages like I did on these. And again, go to your AP exchanges. Anything that has a red dot next to it, click it. It'll start a new batch of quests. I should have been clicking this beforehand, but go through, make sure you finish all of these that you can. It gives you a little bit of sky stones for it, but make sure mainly to go and buy all the Breath of Orbises. Okay, but all this attack set gear, not really worth it. Come down here, this destruction gear, don't bother. You're going to get better gear. Any of it that you get ends up just overall being a waste, but go back and fully clear all of the things 3-star. That's one thing you can work on. Next up, we finish this. Let's look at the Tamarinne missions. And I click shop. You don't want to click shop. One thing in shop though while I'm in here is go down to the rank up pack, and as you are ranking up, you'll get some additional rewards for free. So it has a paid version, it has a free version, so you can get all this stuff for free as you're ranking up. Make sure to grab those. Whenever you do finally finish the level, it will pop up on the screen. Another thing is make sure to go into your guild. If there's any aid, do the aid, and I will show you why that's super important. Make sure you've donated for the day, and as you're going through and your guild members are doing it, if you need a guild as well, pretty sure that guy had my name in his thingy, so I will accept him. If any of you guys have not found a guild yet, join the Discord. We'll get you in a guild. That is the main reason I started like promoting the Discord, is to try to make sure any new players are going to be able to have a guild to get into. You just claim all this. I'll go through and grab some of these extra ones later, but I'll just claim all the stuff later. I don't want to waste you guys' time, but go ahead and claim all the extra stuff you have. Now, I clicked on the wrong thing twice, but here are the Tamarinne missions. If you go to recruit, go to Tamarinne, you're going to have all these missions here. As you see, I need 7 more aids. You need to do aid 20 times. So that means those Wyvern Claws that you're requesting, the lower rarity Wyvern Claws on the first few days you play the game are better to request than the higher rarities, because more people can donate for each claw. Okay, the best strategy is when you get in a guild, just request the lowest rarity one. If they're requesting higher rarity ones, still donate. Just make sure to be donating every day. You'll get Tamarinne within 3 to 5 days is the general. This is 2 days of being in Skilled. I'm at set 13. So hopefully tomorrow I can maybe get 7. If not, on the guide account, it did take me, I believe, 3 days to get her. But I had to ask people to wait on aid, so I kind of cheated. The average player will probably take 3 to 5 days to get her, as long as you get in a guild day 1. Next up, you'll do all your daily reputations. So the fastest you can get her is in 3 days anyway. You cannot get Tamarinne faster in 3 days. And then this is the Purchase Bittersweet Miracle. You do get one of the Book of Memories things for free. You will be getting that from this right here. As you get a little bit further into these missions, you'll get 1 key. You will spend the key on the one that tells you to do there. But as you see, it's It's not too much further. It's right here. It's clearing Abyss Floor 60, but you need to do all these missions. So you can start working on some of these missions if you'd like and get a little bit further. But the biggest thing is you're going to get stuck on this Wyvern 10 one. We're going to be building Wyvern team tomorrow. So just stop there and we'll progress on that more tomorrow. Next up, the thing that I'm going to tell you to do for the 1 billionth time, because I need to make sure this sticks, is click side story. Again, keep continuing your Melody of Stars. I actually kind of forgot about this, but make sure if this side story is going, just go ahead and get missions that you can do. We're definitely not doing Katie's Hunt. Acquire 5 helmets, sure, and then complete arena battles. That is something I'm going to talk about too in a second. You want to make sure you are burning all your arena flags that you see. I have 5 right now. You get 1 per hour. The more you spend, the better. So I'm going to go ahead and spend those. Next up, I want you guys to farm Unrecorded History. Please farm Unrecorded History. The more you farm it, the happier and overall just smooth your account progression is going to be. Okay, just go in. Always have this running, okay? Please, I'm begging you. This is where all your early game account progression comes from in terms of upgrading gear, upgrading characters, building your gold stash up. All of it comes from Unrecorded History for the first 7 days of your account, okay? Next up, we're going to go in and I'm going to go over pets a little bit more. So now that we actually have some gold, it was hard to do the pet guide last time in the last video, or like a small thing to pets, because we have account EXP levels. So normally we don't hit level 25 until we've already gone through a bit more content to where we have more gold. But now we have a good amount of gold. You're going to want to buy for the first few weeks. Always buy these pet adoption tickets with the gold. You don't need to spend Skystones on them, but buy them with gold every single week for at least the first month until you get basic pets established. And then from there, if you have the extra gold, you go in and keep working on it. These toys are really worth to buy too. Make sure you buy the toys. And the pet food is also worth buying every week. Okay. So on Mondays, that will reset. Now, go in, we'll do our free adoption, and our goal again, now we're going to do some pet summons. Our goal is to get an A rank or above AP pet. That isn't an AP pet. All right, so nothing there. Look at here. No AP pet throughout this, or no, at least B rank or A rank that we are going to check. And now this is full. Again, I'm going to go ahead and go release, auto select anything C or D for now, just to keep it simple. And then I think we have 17 more tickets. That's it. Oh boy. All right. So what is this? Rift Energy. This is A double AP. There it is. This is the pet we want. Okay. All right. A or S of this. If you have to do a B, that's fine. Check your Bs. That's why we're not selling Bs. But there we go. This is the pet we want. I want to go ahead and lock him. That's another additional equipment. That's additional equipment. So it's the Ghost Mong. I need to go in here and I need to find the Ghost Mong. Here he is. And then I'm going to go ahead and level him up, auto select, feed it to him. I'm going to synthesize him to just one random, whatever low rank one. I don't care the appearance. We're going to click that. And then I'm going to max this. And then we now have an adventure pet that we'll be getting max, or at least close to max value out of. That is big. Okay. I am going to do a couple more adoptions now. Just might as well always burn your tickets. But that is the main pet you want. If you don't get it, another good one is the Catalyst drop rate one. Ooh, be a Catalyst drop rate. Nah, it's Rift. Okay. But overall, that is the main thing to be focusing on, is getting that early. So now that we do have him, I'm going to go ahead and level up my pet that I was trying to just utilize as my placeholder pet. And then I'm going to synthesize him into the Ghost Monk. I'm going to take my ML pet, select skills inherit. I'm going to go ahead and select this, and this is double crafting materials. So this pet is going to end up being switched, and I'm going to utilize and grab the higher things. If you don't have a secondary good skill yet, you can just let it be random. So say I have the 9% AP, but there's not another thing I want. So this pet is going to kind of be a multi-use pet for me for now, because I didn't get very lucky on the skills that I wanted. But we'll go ahead and take that, and we'll put 5 into there. Make sure we keep our ML pet looking one, and then bang. Now we have a pet that can do 15 battles, and I'll use it for hunt and I'll use it for story until I can go and min-max the pets and make them a little bit better. If you have extra tokens left over, you can do a little bit more work and maybe start working on your lobby pet. But that is the main pet that we were trying to get for the first week. I will show all the other pets as we need them, okay? I'll give the best skills. Maybe in tomorrow or the next day's video, I'll show 4 pets, there's technically 5 pets that you'll have that you can get all the way up to rank 5. I'll show all the skills for all those pets. I'll show my main account's pets, basically. Okay, now that pets are done, though, I've shown you everything you need to grind. good luck. I will have the next video up way faster. I mean, this one only took a day really, but the next one will be up way faster because I'm kind of already to that point. Plus there's not as much to cover in the next video, but it'll be quick. I want to now do some summons. So again, I have 200 summons for clearing all that. Let's just do a mystic summon for fun. I don't suggest, again, you guys summon on this mystic banner. It's not very good compared to probably what's coming next. And then we're going to click story summon. I'm 80 away from pity. We'll just do 310 summons for now. I'll just do 10 summons for the video. Hopefully we just get her here though. But once we get a Saria, we stop again. If you're not doing a story summon banner, it's fine. But your goals, the reason we're doing this is because we want this character here. If you get this character, it's big. Also, the 3-star Kyrus is going to be another one we want. Sometimes you could play the game for a month and not get a 3-star. And with a bunch of summon events and everything going. But Mui, if you do not have him, that's why I had us open the side story. Getting a Saria is just a bonus part of doing this. And looking at this, we still did not get her or the artifact. And it's not looking good. Okay, so I did not get her. It's fine. That is how it is. A lot of the time with all my guide accounts, I have to pity the first character. But otherwise, outside of that, this account's getting very lucky. So I'm very excited to keep grinding this account. Again, your first 3 6-stars, free Spirit Saria, then do your cigarette, and then your Spectenny. And then make sure you're working on leveling Spectenny to level 60. And from right here, I did get Knockwell today from that free ticket. That was cool. I do have Janua that I got the first day. I have Bloodblade Corinne. Got a bunch of cool things. But going into one last thing real quick is your teams. Okay, we're going to go ahead and expand our team slots. If you can click this bottom down under where my face cam is, it says add team. Click it. You can buy the first one for 30,000, second one for 60,000, then it starts costing Skystones. I'll show this again tomorrow at the very beginning of the video, but I'm going to go ahead and show you what our first Wyvern team is going to look like. If you have any knights that are 4-star or higher blue, you are going to use them. If you have Brieg, it's the character you're going to use. Then, oops, I don't need to click that. Then we're going to do Mui, and then you guys remember the character we got from Connections, Furious. We're going to throw Furious. This is going to be our Wyvern team that we're going to use. But again, if you want to go in, click blue and click knight. Any 4-star or 5-star blue knight you can put at the front. If you have none and you do not, if you have Brieg, he's #1 pick. If you not have Brieg, then you can go ahead and use your Angelica that you got. Okay. There's also the option of Montmorency. If you look at advice from other people, a lot of people will tell you to use her, but I'm going to have us hold off on working on her because she takes a lot of work compared to all the other characters, and I want you guys to do this quickly. You already see these videos are taking 2 hours to show you what to do. If I show you how to do Momo, you're going to have to grind an additional 4 hours or so just to get Momo on there, but she will be a good character that we may work on later, so you have more options on your everything. But for right now, there's a reasoning why I'm doing all this. If you're following the guides and you trust me at this point, just keep trusting me. I'll keep giving you the best I can for all the upcoming things. Thank you for sticking with me and along this journey. Next video will be out as soon as I can get it. But I'm Deity, and I will see you in part 3. Peace out.